What's up, everybody? So today we will be doing a breakdown and analysis of Jensen Huang. This guy is on the same level, if not as Steve Jobs, when it comes to his culture, identity, how he operates, his mindset, how he runs his organization. And today, we will be breaking down the business strategies that he applied in nvidia, and you are going to learn things from this case study, business breakdown analysis, and apply that to your business. If you're an investor, executive, CEO, or somebody's an owner of a holding company, you might want to, I highly suggest when I say you might want to, that means do it. Get a piece of paper, get a pen, and apply these strategies. Now, when we're going over these strategies, there's going to be maybe a few that sticks out and stands out. And I want you to apply those strategies right away. You might have to listen to this more than once because this guy's journey is incredible. And I'm not going to be breaking down his biography, his upbringing. This is more of how he faced and when he came across challenges in nvidia, what he did, the pivot, the strategies, the mindset, the mental models. These are the things that's going to help you understand his mental framework. And the strategy today might not work tomorrow. Let me say that again. The strategies today might not work tomorrow. So what I need you to do is focus on the why, not the how. If you understand the why, then you'll be able to understand the reason why he's doing it, why he set it up a certain way. So let's get started. First of all, I don't need to go over Jensen Huang, and this guy has built one of the most successful companies out there. He's an overnight success after 30 years, and he is a rare breed. He is an outlier. He is a great leader. But first, let's go over I'm going to be going over his tactics, right? When it comes to running an organization. And then I'm going to be going over the mindset, the mental models, the mental frameworks, and make sure you apply these right away, because I don't want you to just listen to what I'm saying. I need you to apply it in your life. First things first, okay? Jensen Huang, he does a direct communication channels, and he does this thing called T5T. Basically, it's called top 5 things. So it is a direct communication to Jensen Huang. So he has people reporting to him, and they need to send the top 5 things that person is currently working on. It could be what the person is currently working on, what they're seeing, what they're hearing, what the market, top 5 things. And this will give Jensen Huang insights within the organization. This is also going to help him with decision making. And one of the things that consistently popped up in the top 5 things was AI. And later on, he was able to make a pivot in terms of his business customer avatar. But basically what this does is it's a system, and that system will help Jensen get the most up-to-date activities, and then from there he'll be able to observe what's going on, and this will enhance the information that will eventually help him make better decision. And in your organization, how are you creating something similar to this? How are you creating a T5T in your emails? How are you creating this unfiltered insights, transparency? If you are a CEO or a leader, these are the things that needs to be addressed. Communication. You need to destroy bureaucracy. If you look at and if you study great organizations, the speed of execution is very important. The top leaders always try to minimize the delay of execution. So how are you implementing that in your organization? And this is one of the ways that helps Jensen execute on great ideas. Now, number 2, Huang advocates for first principles thinking. And if you don't know what first principles thinking is, I did an in-depth detail and breakdown. Just go search on my channel. And Jensen advocates for solving complex problems by breaking them down to their fundamental truths and building solutions from the ground up. Huang believes that as a CEO, it's crucial to architect a company based on first principles, considering factors like the environment, input, output, and desired behaviors. Jensen emphasized, you can't create change by doing what everyone else is doing. You have to go back to first principles and ask, how would you build this today? This approach has been fundamental to NVIDIA's success in staying ahead of industry trends and driving innovation. So this is his formula. When Huang faces a complex problem, one should remove assumptions, consider what is universally true, and reason based on these fundamental truths. Encourage your team to question existing assumptions and approach challenges by understanding the core principle involved. This can lead to innovative solutions and a deeper comprehension of the issues at hand. Elon Musk talks about first principles thinking. Jensen Huang talks about first principle. Great investors, great CEOs, great leaders, executives, they talk about first principles thinking. So apply this. This is like a weapon. This is like a tool. Show people how to think this way. If you are a leader, tell your team members about first principles thinking if they are not already aware of it. Show them how to think like that. We all have biases. We all have assumptions. This will boil down to the core truths. Find out the truths. Consider what is universally true. And reason based on these fundamental truths. Okay. Now, Jensen also manages broad spans of control. Jensen manages approximately 50 direct reports, a strategy that streamlines processes, accelerates decision-making, and fosters innovation. While the exact number may vary depending on the organization size, consider flattening the management structure to reduce bureaucracy. Empowering more direct reports can lead to faster decisions and more agile organizations. So this is one of the things that I talked about earlier. If you look at Constellation Software, He does. Mark Leonard doesn't like bureaucracy. People with great organizations don't like bureaucracy. They reduce bureaucracy because people allow people to make decisions, execute more agile organizations. This is very, very important. There's a certain pattern that's consistently popping up every time you listen to great CEOs, great founders, great people. So remember to apply that to your business, to your organization, and to the companies that you're investing in. Now, Jensen emphasizes the importance of making unique contributions by choosing challenging problems to solve, which can lead to significant and lasting impacts. Identify areas where your business can tackle difficult problems that others may avoid. This focus can differentiate your company in the market and create substantial value. So if you're solving a very, very difficult problem, then the market will reward you for that. Nobody gets paid by solving, well, you don't get paid as much if you're solving an easy problem. What's important is that you focus on unique contributions. And one of the things that Jensen did really well was anticipate technological trends. Huang has a keen ability to foresee and capitalize on technological advancements, positioning nvidia at the forefront of the AI revolution. Stay informed about emerging technologies and industry trends. Invest in research and development to adapt and leverage new technologies that can drive your business forward. So there was a trend of AI. Jensen decided before he got into this AI, he noticed that a lot of his team members were talking about AI. He then saw opportunities when it comes to the AIs, the use case, and he started doing his market research and going to conferences. And from there, he saw the opportunity on how big it was going to be and pivoted his company, his product, his main focus to that industry. And that was a good bet. He made a good bet, and it paid. It made him one of the largest companies in the world, one of the most valuable companies in the world. So anticipate technological trends. We already know how AI is going to disrupt a lot of things: the workforce, the health, agents, the advancement is going to, like, the world will look completely different 3, 5, 10, 20 years from now. Robotics, self-driving vehicles, maybe, who knows, self-driving planes, right? So anticipate technological trends. If you're in a business, how can you anticipate technological trends? If you are not moving forward, then you're getting left behind. So next one. He encouraged risk-taking and learning from failure. Huang's approach includes taking calculated risk and viewing failures as learning opportunities, which has been instrumental to NVIDIA's growth. Foster an environment where calculated risks are encouraged and failures are seen opportunities for growth and learning. The mindset can lead to innovation and continuous improvement. So you want to create a culture that allows people to fail and not be criticized when they fail, when they're innovating. Because if you're innovating, there are going to be a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, and you become desensitized to that pain. You will be able to tolerate failures, setbacks. But then once you succeed, and the lessons you learn, as long as you don't give up, you pivot, you might learn something, you might have to adjust. As long as you keep going, then the rewards will be great. Innovation is going to be a painful journey, and you must be prepared, and you must have the right mindset. And also the team has to have the right mindset. The culture has to have the right mindset to be able to handle these problems and challenges. All right. Next, prioritize customer needs. Jensen ensures that NVIDIA deeply understands and addresses customer needs, leading to products and services that resonate well in the market. Engage with your customers regularly to understand their challenges and needs. Use this feedback to tailor your offerings, enhancing customer satisfaction and loyalty. You have to understand what your customer wants. You have to understand and communicate how you can provide a better product and service to them. And if you do a great job at it, then they will be loyal. If you have, if one of the things that made Amazon great was their customer obsession. They were obsessed by making the customers happy, providing good services, products, platform, rewards, cheap prices, fast delivery. They were obsessed on creating that product and service. And if you prioritize your customers' needs, then they'll always be going back to you. If you create a good network effect, if you always provide value to them, understand what is valuable to those customers, then the returns are going to be great. Another one that made NVIDIA very successful is that their mergers and acquisition. They bought companies. They acquired numerous companies over the years to expand their capabilities and market reach. Companies such as Mellanox Technologies, 3DFX Interactive, Cumulus Networks. And if you have a company, fastest way to grow is M&A. Buy revenue instead of growing it. Now, this will vary depending on your business, your products, and your service. But if there's going to be an opportunity for you to expand your market share, then M&A, a strategic acquisition, is going to be the best way. Now, depending on what product and service you have, maybe the vertical integration or horizontal integration will be the best for you. So it's up to you to figure that out. It's up to the leaders, the CEOs, the founders, the executives, the board members to collectively agree on an acquisition target, something that makes sense. Vertical, horizontal, but M&A is one of the fastest way to grow a company. Now, we're going to be talking about the most important thing, the mindset, because Jensen had a lot of setbacks, difficulties. Within that 30 years that he was working, it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. There was times where the money was, the company was tight on cash. They didn't know what to do. He was lost. And in his biography, he wasn't actually a somebody that is fit to be a CEO, but he bet on himself. He had the qualities. And one of the things that stood out to me was people behave and act like a champion before they become a champion. There's just this it factor that people have. And Jensen had that it factor. And we'll be covering that it factor right now. First, he was very confident in himself and his abilities. Believing in yourself is crucial for success. It allows you to take risks, overcome challenges, and persevere in the face of adversity. Self-confidence empowers you to trust your judgment, make decisions with convictions, and stay committed to your goals even when faced with doubt and setbacks. So in 1993, with a vision to revolutionize, NVIDIA had a vision to revolutionize the gaming industry with 3D graphics. At that time, 3D graphics were in their infancy, and many industry experts doubted their potential. Despite facing skepticism and setbacks, Huang remained steadfast in his belief that NVIDIA could succeed. He had the confidence in his vision and his team's ability to execute. He had that self-belief, and that allowed him to persevere through early challenges and ultimately achieve his ambitious goals. Now, how does this apply to you? Well, everyone has unique abilities and areas where they excel. Take some time to reflect on your strengths and identify what you're good at. This self-awareness will boost your confidence and help you focus on areas where you can make the most significant impact. Focus on your accomplishments, right? Because when you're going through setbacks, don't dwell on the past, don't dwell on your failure. You need to also celebrate your successes. You need to also celebrate your progress. You need to see the mistake and see how you can learn from that and grow. So you want to be able to create a positive mindset and your belief in your ability to achieve your goals. Have that confidence in yourself. And what is the foundation of that? High self-esteem. That is the bedrock of success. If people have high self-esteem, people have a healthy self-image, then it means that they have the confidence in themselves and in their abilities. Okay. Next, Jensen was willing to take a risk. He stepped outside his comfort zone, but he take calculated risk. Just like an investor, you have to take there's no opportunity with zero risk. All right. So in early 2000s, NVIDIA was primarily known for graphics processing units, GPUs, used in gaming. However, Jensen recognized the potential of GPUs for a wider range of applications, including high-performance computing and artificial intelligence. He made a bold move to shift NVIDIA's focus from gaming data centers and artificial intelligence, investing heavily in research and development for these emerging markets. These decisions, which carried significant financial risk, proved to be a game changer for the company. NVIDIA's GPUs became essential for AI's development, and the company's value soared. Everybody is using NVIDIA. Look at Grok, OpenAI. They are the root, the foundation of AI. So he made a bet, and that bet paid out. And how does this apply to you, your organization, your holdco, your venture? Don't be afraid to try new things and embrace challenges. Stepping outside your comfort zone can be intimidating, but it's often where the greatest growth occurs. Now, you need to be able to also assess the potential risk and reward before making these decisions. Before taking any risk, carefully evaluate the potential downside and upsides. Consider the worst case scenario, how you can handle it, and the rewards. If the potential rewards outweigh the risk, then have a plan to mitigate the potential and be willing to learn from failures and adapt your approach accordingly. Now, this is what you need, okay? This is what every great organization needs. Now, it is build a team of talented people. You look at all those championship teams. Essentially, what you're building is a championship team. You need to have high-level, A-level superstar people on your team. I always compare it to basketball because I play basketball. You have a dream team. Who's that going to be consist of? Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Shaquille O'Neal, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Will Chamberlain, Bill Russell. I can go on and on and on. But you need to have a team of talented people. And Jensen has assembled a world-class team of engineers, researchers, and business leaders in NVIDIA. He recognizes that talent is the foundation of any successful company, and he has prioritized attracting and retaining top talent. He also fosters a culture of collaboration and innovation where team members can encourage to share ideas, challenge each other, and work together to achieve common goals, just like Renaissance technologies. If you want to know how Renaissance technologies, what their culture is, how they were built, I highly suggest at the end of this video I will point out, I'll have the link to that video, and it's basically, like I said, there's certain patterns that every organization has. Great organization, and this is one of them. Build a team of talented people. You want to also foster a culture of collaboration, innovation, where team members are encouraged to share ideas, challenge each other in a healthy way, and work together to achieve a common goal. So, seek out individuals with complementary skills and diverse perspectives. When building a team, look for people whose strengths complement your own and bring diverse perspectives to the table, different ideas, different experience, different parts of the world. Diversity is good, but with diversity, you're also going to have challenges, opposing ideas. But if you can have those people work together for a common goal, then the return and the reward is going to be great. Diversity of thought can lead to more creative solutions and richer understanding of complex problems. And the most important thing is that he has this quote, choke them with gold. You reward those people, reward the talented people with stock options, money. Everybody has different motivations depending on what part they are in their life, and reward them for their contribution, reward them for their success, reward them for their hard work, and reward them for their effort and success. This is how you're going to be able to keep them. Attracting talent is one thing, keeping talent is another part of the work. Now, this is what Jensen focused on: innovation. He was never complacent. And under his leadership, NVIDIA has consistently pushed the boundaries of graphics processing and AI technology. He has fostered a culture of relentless innovation, investing heavily in research and development. And this commitment to innovation has led to development of cutting-edge products that have transformed industries from gaming, entertainment to healthcare and automotive. So, continuously seek ways to improve. The technology landscape is constantly evolving, so it's crucial to commit to lifelong learning. Invest in your professional development by taking courses, attending workshops, reading books, expand your knowledge, skills, network. This is what he did, and this is what he still continues to do. So how are you doing the same thing? How are you doing the same thing with yourself, with your team members, the companies that you're investing in? How is that being applied? Next, this is very, very important, which is be willing to pivot when necessary. Don't be attached to your idea. And it's very crucial that you are adaptable. The business world is unpredictable. Market trend shifts, new competitors emerge, unexpected events can disrupt even the best plans. Be willing to pivot means being able to adapt your strategies and your entire business model when necessary to stay ahead of the curve. So when NVIDIA's initial focus on gaming faced limitations because of the market, Jensen strategically pivoted the company towards emerging markets of data centers and AI. This wasn't an easy decision. as it required significant investment in technologies and a shift in the company's core focus. But he had the vision. He saw where the world is moving to. He saw the market and the trend. Jensen recognized that the gaming market was becoming saturated and that the future of computing lay in AI and data centers. This willingness to adapt has been crucial and continued for success. Okay. Be open to change and willing to adjust your plans as needed. Don't be afraid to change course if your current path isn't leading you towards your goals. Be flexible and adaptable, and be willing to adjust your plans based on the new information. Monitor the industry trends and be prepared to adapt your strategies accordingly. Stay informed. Next, build strong relationship with customers and partners. Cultivate strong relationship with customers and partners, essential for long-term success. In today's interconnected world, business is about more than just transaction. It's about building relationship, fostering trust, creating mutually beneficial partnership. Strong customer relationship lead to loyalty and repeat business. So Jensen fostered strong partnerships with key players in the industry such as Tesla and Google. This have allowed nvidia to integrate GPUs into a wide range of products and services, from self-driving cars to cloud computing. Jensen also prioritized customer satisfaction. So build relationships. Relationships run the world. All right. So whether it's your partners, build relationship, build trust with your partners, your customers, your investors, effectively maintain open lines of communication. Now, as a leader, you have to communicate your vision effectively. Clearly articulating your vision and goals is crucial for inspiring and motivating others. Whether you're leading a team, pitching an idea, simply trying to convince someone your point of view, effective communication is essential. A clear, compelling vision inspire others to buy into your ideas. Now, Jensen is known for his charismatic presentation and ability to communicate complex technical concepts in a clear and engaging manner. That is a sign of somebody that understands the subject really well. When somebody can take complicated, highly technical, complex ideas and communicating where it's clear and easy to understand, then you really know the topic. And Jensen uses storytelling, visuals, and real-world examples to make his message relatable and inspiring. His ability to effectively communicate his vision has been crucial, rallying his team, attracting investors, building excitement for NVIDIA's products and technologies. Steve Jobs did this really well. He was a good communicator. He was good at presenting. He was good at storytelling. He was good at conveying his ideas effectively. So use those things. Use visuals. Use storytelling. Make your message more impactful. Because people are visual. People like to hear and learn and through stories, and these are powerful tools for communication. You can use that to connect with your audience on an emotional level and make your message more memorable. So use those. Jensen is really passionate. Like he works 7 days a week all the time, and he's a very, very passionate and it's a very powerful driver for success. He is passionate about his organization, the mission, and just the whole work. And his passion for technology and innovation is obvious, right? By his efforts and his contribution to nvidia. And he genuinely believes that the power of technology to change the world, and this passion is reflected when his dedication pushing the boundaries of what's possible. His enthusiasm is contagious, and people like leaders that are passionate. People that are leaders like to hear and see the passion and seek out, find opportunities. How does this apply to you? Find opportunities that make you want to get out of bed. Warren Buffett calls it tap dancing factor. What's going to get you out of that bed and tap dance to work? Jensen was also, he had a crazy work ethic. He worked 7 days a week. He's known for his tireless work ethic and commitment to excellence. He sets high standards for himself and his team, and he's not afraid to put in the long hours required to achieve success. His dedication to hard work has been instrumental in driving NVIDIA's growth and innovation. Who does that sound like? It sounds like Elon Musk. Sounds like a lot of great leaders. And they don't even consider it work. They're just having fun and they enjoy what they do. So, don't. You got to find people that want to have that crazy work ethic. Based on my experience, immigrants have that. Certain type of immigrants, but majority of immigrants, people that have a chip on their shoulder, people that are very competitive. These people have that crazy work ethic. People have a background in sports, something that is high performance. Then people are competitive. They're really willing to work hard. Next, don't be afraid to challenge status quo. And disrupting existing norms, challenging conventional thinking can lead to groundbreaking innovations. Huang's vision for NVIDIA challenged the dominance of traditional CPUs manufacturers, leading to the rise of GPUs, transformation of various industries. At the time, CPUs were the dominant force computing, but Huang believed in GPUs had potential to revolutionize the way computers process information. He challenged conventional wisdom and invested heavily in GPU technology, and ultimately proving GPUs were not just for gaming but could be used for a wide range of applications, including AI and scientific computing. So don't be an independent thinker. All right, if you see something, make judgment, gather information, get the data, and decide for yourself. Don't follow the status quo. Don't follow the herd, and just make a decision for yourself. So he's a great leader, great strategist, and he's changing the world. Use this lessons, principles when it comes to running the organization, the structure of the organization, how his strategies such as M&A, anticipating technological trends, and there's a lot of things here that I talked about that can help you with your business, help you with your life, help you if you're an investor, and if you're an executive. These are the powerful lessons that Jensen applied in NVIDIA. You have now the blueprint, the secret code, the cheat code to be able to, I wouldn't say build a next NVIDIA, but you have now the tools, and it's up to you to go out there and make it happen for your organization. We're here to study great people, great ideas, and if you found value in what I did, I highly suggest that you comment, like, subscribe, hit that bell, and more importantly, I'm gonna be at the end of this video. There's going to be a link for the Renaissance Technologies decoded blueprint and how Jim ran his organization. Very, very similar to Jensen. There's patterns, and there's patterns also on how Jeff Bezos ran his organization. So follow these patterns, apply these patterns, understand the mental models, understand why they do it. All right, because that's the most important part, why. And with that being said, stay tuned for the next one. Peace.